Welcome back, folks, to Fishing Planet. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Kayak Cup in review. Interestingly enough, obviously we did pretty good in it. You know, as you know, everybody in our group kind of made it, but like me and Rex. So, with that being said, I'm not going to let how well we did blind me to the fact of some serious issues they had with this. For you guys that don't know or are on other platforms, on PlayStation, the semifinals, a third of the people got, when they signed in, finished right away. The game kicked them off. It wasn't they chose to, it just came up with a screen that said they couldn't do it. So on PlayStation, the semifinals and finals have to be rerun this weekend. I will say I'm really happy how they went about that and fixed that. The fact that they are actually going to rerun them. I do like that. Really good job on Fishing Planet's part to do that. But there's been some issues lately with stuff, guys. If you guys remember, and you guys know I'm pretty optimistic about Fishing Planet, but lately there's been some serious issues with new stuff coming to the game. The all the new lures didn't come out till the start of the tournament, and then some of them didn't come out till middle of the week, if you guys remember. And they're the Bass Tour qualifier, the one of the last new tournament they had a major issue with it, with the tournament being live run, and it ended and started right away. People only got to do it right away. If they didn't, they lost out. So that kind of the new stuff that they're having issues with, the new events and stuff, like for the fact of Halloween, if you guys remember, they had issues with that again, with the lures not coming out. Um, the, I like to defend Fish and Planet because they're a small team, but at some point, these things have to be polished and taken care of. I mean, not only that, but if you guys are play multiple platforms too, you will know Friday on PlayStation at night for North American players, almost everybody was locked out. The servers, PlayStation servers for North American players were out for about 5 hours. There's some things that Fish and Planet needs to really work on, and I'm not beating them into the ground here, but I just it's one thing with an event where people have time to do it. It's also another though where you're doing these in competitive tournaments. These are pretty major issues. Out of the new tournaments this year, two of the three had major issues. So for if you guys don't remember, a lot of people did they had to give out the I think it was like a bass jig or spinnerbait and X series stuff to all the people in qualifier three of the bass tournament this year. That would have been in April. And, you know, so there's been some serious issues lately. And also, they had an update here. Must have been a few months ago where stuff became more server based. Obviously, everybody used to get the running screen once in a while, but now on PlayStation, you'll be in lobby with your friends, and everybody on that server that you are on gets a running screen. It's not one person, you know, you still get one person that has a running screen, which is based on them. But when everybody is doing it, you know, in a room that's on the server. So some serious issues with that, guys. I'm trying not to beat it into the ground, but with that, new lures not being in the shop, the Halloween event having the issues it did, Fishing Planet really has to get they have to bring out a finished product or not bring it out at all. To be honest, they should have probably, if they weren't ready for this kayak cup to come out, they should have just run the Smalley Cup again. But anyway, the tournament, back to the tournament again, barring the issues they had with it, it was not a bad tournament. It was kind of what we figured it would be coming out, and it was, let's see, qualifier one was Falcon Lake. where it was hard to get uniques or trophy brown trout. They were possible. In fact, we caught two of them. One of them in the tournament. Uh, Now the scores aren't up, but you can see our friend Bam won it. I did a video on that. He did it without cheating or nothing like that. So they were there. The uniques and trophy brown trouts, they were just really hard to get. And then qualifier two was Selenge. Now, this is one spot where I am going to defend Fishing Planet. So when Selenge came, or people were talking about not having a net for Selenge. Now, I want to be very clear about this. In no game with a career or leveling system or anything like that are you going to be able to be to do everything in the game, guys. And that's just the way it is. If you could, that defeats the purpose of progressing yourself. It's the same with the Halloween event. Of course, there's going to be places that you're not going to be able to do well, but this happens in every tournament. You know, whether there's Maku Maku in there, there's always some place that's high level, and it's going to be that way. Um, and you just have to take that for what it is if you're not high level. And you'll have a chance, obviously, to do it next time around. So just keep that in mind. There is no game with a career mode that you can literally uh, just go do the end game stuff right away when you have levels to get or whatever, whether it's Ark, Fishing Planet, Call of the Wild, anything like that. There's stuff that's unlocked to you that is going to help you later on, and that's just the way it is, guys. Um, I don't want to beat that into the ground, but I had some comments about I can't about the keep nets at Solange, and I understand the frustration. But when you get higher level, you'll get that way, especially because I hope they put some of the new lakes in these tournaments, like the Congo and Amazon. They added Maku into this one, and with that being said, obviously low levels are not going to be able to do well there, but it's something different in, you know, besides the norm. Qualifier three was at California. I really like the deal of it. They could have picked a better weather pattern, but I personally like the challenge, and everybody in the group did really good that was left in this one. So just because a lot of friends did really good in this isn't going to blind me to the fact of some of the problems this had, especially on PlayStation, like the lures not being in the shop until midway through the week. And the new lures were not that great, in my opinion. But you know, that is with whatever it is, I guess. They might have meant to make it like that. And then the semifinals issue. One thing I did say, I did like about this is I like the finishing points of the Kayak Cup, but as a whole, pretty average tournament. It's a lot like the other ones. You got to basically know the times of respawns, because even trophies have respawns, guys. So if you didn't notice, you weren't catching more than three. And like for example, at Falcon Lake, even if you're going after only trophy cutthroat, which you could have caught more than that, but well, some people just went for trophy cutthroat. You can't catch more than 3.5 an hour in one spot, so you had to wait another half an hour. There's respawn timers just like uniques in all of them, and so they're pretty balanced tournament like always. Kind of got to know your timers and stuff. But one thing I want to touch on, when Fishing Planet brings stuff out recently, they really have to. There's got to be something polished, the product coming out. Had some issues lately, and I think Fishing Planet's a good enough team where I think these issues will hopefully go away. But anyway, hopefully we're going to hear about a new waterway here soon. This is about the time of year we do, and we'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.